We do want to continue to bring you some of the day's other top stories that we are following for you. I'm your host, Mike Pache. I'll be with you for the next 4 hours as we break down some of the day's biggest top stories and headlines. And on this Labor Day, we want to talk about the gas prices that you may have seen before you filling up to head where you wanted to go this holiday weekend. All right, so from GasBuddy, confirmed, according to GasBuddy, the U.S. national average price of gasoline today, $3.15 a gallon, is the lowest tally on this date since 2020, back in the pandemic. So let's break that down here and bring in none other than our friend, the GasBuddy guy, Patrick. Haan, thanks so much for joining us on Live Now from Fox. And first off, so Patrick, what makes this, how does this come to be being the lowest in about 5 years?
Yeah, it's been a long road to recovery. We've had some really good pieces of news this year. OPEC boosting oil production, but a continuation of a slowdown in the U.S. economy ever since 2022. Saw a rush of travel, pent-up demand for gasoline. We've seen gasoline demand slowly easing since 2022. In fact, this year, it's probably going to fall in the ballpark of a 4% decline compared to where we were back in 2022. So gasoline demand being lower, in addition, as I mentioned, OPEC increasing oil production has all pushed gasoline prices down for most of the summer. It was a good start to the summer. Memorial Day was the cheapest since 2021. Labor Day was the cheapest now since 2020. So by all metrics, Americans spending about $50 million less on gasoline every single day compared to a year ago.
That's huge. And what does it look like going into the fall season and then winter as well? What are you guys projecting?
Well, we still certainly are amidst higher demand. We're continuing to watch hurricane season. That is something that doesn't really wrap up until the end of November. Of course, I'm sure a lot of motorists can remember Hurricanes Harvey and Irma, Hurricane Katrina, also 20 years ago. They impacted gas prices in a significant way. So while there's a little bit of a wild card, the peak of hurricane season should really be wrapping up here by the end of September, early October. And gasoline prices are likely to continue easing so long as we don't see any pickup in the tropics or tropical activity. Now, keep in mind the other major factor, September 16th is when much of the nation will begin the transition back to cheaper winter gasoline. So, where we stand now, in 4 weeks, we could see the national average running for a sub $3 a gallon figure.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone likes to hear, no doubt. And we also speak of this hurricane season where this is the month to really be on the lookout for. But so far, fingers crossed, everything looking good in the Atlantic there. And that could pose nice then for October and November.
Yeah, exactly right. If we can dodge a collective bullet in Mother Nature, if we don't see any tropical activity, especially in an area between, say, New Orleans and Houston, that's an area in the Gulf that's extremely sensitive. Refineries, in fact, about half of the nation's total refining capacity is down in Texas and Louisiana in harm's way. So that's something we'll keep an eye on. But I think even only a hurricane would temporarily delay the possibility of a sub $3 a gallon national average. So I think it's coming.
All right, Patrick, we are waiting for that nice number. As always, we appreciate you joining us on Live Now from Fox. Thanks for joining us on Labor Day as well. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, everyone, we will take a 2-minute break on Live Now from Fox. We'll get you back out to Senator